Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews, back with more Stranger Things Season 3. We're up to Episode 6. We're really going to do this. And it's called E Pluribus Unum. So, full spoilers if you have not seen this episode. Yeah, we're getting this done today. This is going to be like a record. I just said on the live stream I was on last night with Dee that the day, I think it was after the live stream we were talking, and I said, yeah, the days of me cranking out videos are over. Holy shit, this is like the 6th one today. So, alrighty then. So anyway, we jump right back into the action. You know, Steve and Robin get captured. So Dustin and Erica can escape. And then their whole thing is just great. We're going to talk about their stuff like kind of solo, try to stay on track a little bit more that way. So Steve and Robin get captured. Poor fucking Steve, man. Let me get to everybody's. Yeah, Steve just is taking a beating. Every year he takes a beating. And he just keeps coming. And I just work at Scoops Ahoy. Okay, I just work at Scoops Ahoy, and he just keeps on getting pounded. But then when they put Robin and him together, and then they give him this truth serum, this Russian truth serum. That's pretty funny, because they're still telling the truth, you know. And Dustin and Erica are having their own problems, and you think they're gonna take off. But Dustin and her have this kind of meeting of the minds where where does it say? Yeah, their conversation being that Erica questions Lucas's involvement in the whole story when Dustin tells her about everything that's been going on, because now that it's pretty much out of the bag, right? She needs to know, because she's smart. She can handle it. But when she questions Lucas's involvement in any of this, I love that, because it kind of makes sense in Dustin's head that he's like, oh yeah, your brother's exactly the same way. So now I get it. I get it. Also, she's been calling them nerds like the whole time, as much as she can. Just nerds. You nerds are doing this. You nerds are doing that. And she finally gets busted out by Dustin, who just owns his nerd cred. You know, you gotta appreciate that in a person. You know, just knowing who you are and embracing it. And that's, what I've been trying to do. I hope that other people can feel the need to embrace their inner nerd, because he knows a lot about My Little Pony. And he just basically calls out her nerddom by knowing a lot about My Little Pony. It just kind of turns the tables on her. She's like, wow, how do you know so much about My Little Pony? And it's like, because I'm a nerd. I mean, I don't know if I'm a nerd, but I don't watch My Little Pony. So Dustin, he is like uber nerd. 11 takes a stroll into her mind to find the flare, and it pretty much gets pretty crazy, because this thing ends up being able to see her. And, this whole time, also, shut up, Mike. Every time she tries to do something, he's just trying to control her. It irritates me. But yeah, 11 goes to Billie knowing it's a trap. They've still got to find him. And this is where we find out that, like, Billie was made into the person he is. And it's kind of like, yeah, but aren't we all? I know this is being done so that we sympathize with him. But at some point, you got to own your part of who you become, and Billie's just not there yet, so it's just kind of hard to sympathize with him when, I know there's a crying child inside Billie, but I kind of still don't care, even though, yeah, it explains a lot, but, after a while, you are just an asshole, because, not just because of why that you were pushed into that way, direction. But I get, but it's what's happening to him now is like a fate worse than death. And he, tells her, that we know who you are and all this. I mean, we're really ramping up, and there's not much to say about this episode, which is interesting because, when you start out a show, you've got all this extra stuff to say, But as it gets closer to the end, a lot of times they kind of start getting, like, the scenes are bigger, there's more action pieces, there's less exposition, there's less explanation because you already know everything. And pretty much we know everything at this point. So it's all just event, event, event. I did like that Resident Evil looking creature that was after Nancy that's part of the flare. Holy shit, I mean, that was a pretty intense scene when it went after her. You know, and I complain about plot armor in a lot of shows, but I mean, everybody in this show has plot armor. Like, this is not your show where, like, I keep waiting for maybe somebody to die. Like, but it just doesn't feel like that kind of season. It feels like this is just, we're all going to survive, everything's going to be fine. You know, we didn't have Sean Astin's red shirt character, you know, like, who is like a clean, obvious person that's going to die. I can't think of anybody in this that would die unless if they were wanting to go out with a shock and kill a major character. I would say if anybody dies this season, it's probably Billie, but I don't know. Like, maybe Billie's like, you know, I died a long time ago, you know. But that's a long way from talking about a Resident Evil monster. And 11, you know, she's really good at blasting things with, like, force and stuff, and, you know, basically using Jedi tricks. But I want her to learn how to, like, vaporize. Like, if she could have just, like, taken this thing at the cellular level and just been like, now I know she's a kid, okay, but if there's no rules, then why can't she just vaporize things? Then, you know, you don't have to fight it again. Oh, even the fucking monster has plot armor. But it was really disgusting when it went through the pipe and it was leaving, like, bones and shit behind, saying, like, okay, so these people, they're dead, right? Like, there ain't, like, we're missing a lot of townsfolk. This place has got to be, like, recognizably smaller by now. The Terminator and the mayor have their little 4th of July meetup at the parade, which is funny. I mean, this guy is, like, he could be the Terminator in a Terminator reboot. He really could. He's got the voice down and everything, man. Just reinforcing more about how deep the mayor is into all this. Poor Cary Elwes, man. He's really got nothing to do here except get the shit kicked out of him. It all tastes the goddamn same. When it comes to the Slurpees, apparently Hopper doesn't know that even though it's just sugar and water and ice, you know, each flavor does taste a little different, right? Or maybe I'm just not, maybe I don't drink a lot of Slurpees, so I don't know. But no cherry, no problem. No Russian. I like that he calls him Smirnoff. He's been saying it for a while now, but it's the first time I really picked up on it. And also the fact that they make you kind of doubt Hopper here for a second. Or at least I did. I was like, oh, the guy's going to just drive away, but he had a point. And in another show, I guess I would have trusted Hopper more, but it was the way he was being cocky about it that I was like, oh, he's going to drive away, and now we're going to have to track him down. And this would have been the one thing that slowed the plot down, would be if they had to go back and track down the Russian again. But they didn't even do that. What they did is the smart thing. They let Hopper be right, because he does have nowhere to go. But it was just the tone he used that made us think that, oh, well, this is obviously going to blow up in his face. And it doesn't. And I love that, you know, Hopper knows his shit when he knows his shit. Even if he sounded like he didn't. All right, so we're down to... yeah, Mike says he loves 11, so I guess that's a pretty big thing for all of you tweens out there. I mean, I even felt like I was like, oh shit, he just said he loves her. But then they don't really address it because she says that she knows where he is and all that. And I wrote, America gives up on this project, right? So this is what they find out from the Russian and all that. But so we give up on it, right? We take our licks and the government gets the fuck out of Dodge. So of course, how do we continue with this story unless we let the Russians do it? It's just like, okay, fine. Of course, the Russians just come here and build a secret facility over a mall in Indiana or wherever we're at. Also, Fat Rambo. He called him Fat Rambo, which was great. Robin and Dustin and Steve, I thought that they were gonna like reveal a little bit more about each other, but I mean, they did have that speech before about how uh, he would have never, he never noticed her and all that, and she's been kind of watching him his whole life, for a long time, and well, that's a little creepy. But I mean, it just felt like when she says like, "Oh, all we want to do is be popular and stuff or accepted," and it's like, yeah, everybody wants to be accepted. I think I don't need to be popular, but I would like people to just go, that's Rob, and Rob does what he does. You know what I mean? And just be like, not really worry about what other people are doing all the time. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, Dustin and Erica's whole thing is really fun. Steve saying that he liked being her schmuck. That's basically you had me at hello. And damn, poor Steve, he just keeps getting beat on. And we get that flashback, and then Hopper calls up Owens, Dr. Owens, right, from last year. That was his name. Apparently he works for the Men in Black or something like that. So they got their secret phone, and he tells them to bring the cavalry, and but Joyce doesn't think that's going to work, and so she gives it the mom treatment. So of course, following like sitcom rules, the guy does immediately what she says, which, fine, girl power. I guess I don't really care. I mean, I liked it when he's like, I want him to trace me. So basically, he's like, even if this phone call fails, they're gonna somebody's gonna be coming to run it because they want an explanation of who got this number. So either way, Hopper's plan would have worked. And then, wow, they're really dead now. Half the town's gonna be gone. Like, they were all crumbling to pieces. So those people, they're gone, right? There is no coming back. So I was kind of thinking that it is going the way that one movie I talked about in the last episode does. That once this thing has you, you're gone. So maybe Joyce won't have to move, because if everybody's dead, you have the town to yourself. So anyway, that pretty much sums up this episode. And even, I feel like this is probably going to be the shortest one of them all, but like I said, if I had more to say, I'll leave that to you guys in the comment section. And I still haven't checked to see how well this is doing, but it's 4th of July, everybody's busy, so that's why I get to do this and not do anything else today. So if you liked this review, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please be a subscriber. Otherwise, comment, share, hit the bell for all notifications. This is Rob at Smirking Gun Review saying I got to get to episode 7 so I can get it up and get it done and be done with this in less than 24 hours. Crazy. So have a great day, and we will see you on the next video. Bye.